welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, we are going to be continuing our massive fairy tale recap, focusing on Season 8 and the first half of Season 9, so stay tuned and let's get it. The Zero Arc. In the year X679, a young Mavis reads a book in her guild, Red Lizard. Her master, Z-Sylph, catches her and scolds her for not doing her cleaning duties. He hits her, knocks the book from her hands, and mocks her hobby of reading. He also demands she return the shoes he bought for her, saying she's unworthy of them. Despite Mavis pleading that they are her only pair, the master insists she return them. Later, as Mavis cleans, Zara returns from school and rejects the shoes her father offers, calling them dirty and unfit for her. Mavis remembers how she was brought to the guild to work off her parents' debt. Suddenly, an explosion rocks the guild as Blue Skull invades. Mavis finds Zara trapped under rubble and rescues her. Despite Zara's initial reluctance due to her previous cruelty, Mavis insists on saving her. They escape, but Zara collapses. Mavis then returns to the village to find everyone killed in the invasion. 7 years later, in the year X686, a group of treasure hunters arrive on the island. Warad mentions the serene mood of the land, but Prit reminds him they are there to find the Tenro Jade. Yuri then wakes up, confident they are in the right place. Mavis, now 13, gleefully sits on a tree branch, but Zara reminds her that they have to clean the library. Mavis prefers being barefoot, which makes Zara sad as she recalls her past cruelty towards her. Mavis then reassures her that they're still friends. They have been the only survivors of the war with Blue Skull, living together in peace on the island. While cleaning the library, Zara notices someone approaching and hides. Mavis meets Yuri, who is then surprised to find people living on the island. He admits he is searching for the Tenro Jade, but Mavis tells him it is a sacred relic. Yuri proposes a game of wits to win the right to search for the Jade, and Mavis accepts, confident that she'll win. She easily outsmarts Yuri, who realizes he is lost. Pret and Warad then find Yuri and head to the Jade's pedestal, only to find it missing. Mavis suspects Blue Skull already stole it and asks to join the treasure hunters to retrieve it. Yuri reluctantly agrees. In Hargentown, Mavis and Pret gather information on Blue Skull. They face an ambush, but Mavis manages to fend off their attackers, using her illusion magic to scare the bartender into revealing Blue Skull's location. The group then heads to Magnolia, where Blue Skull is based. On the way, they camp and share stories. Mavis reassures a nervous Zara by the water, and they play together, solidifying their bond. They arrive in Magnolia to find it under attack by a skeletal dragon. Mavis then concludes that it is controlled by Blue Skull. The group is then attacked by Blue Skull mages. Mavis uses illusion magic to summon soldiers and demands to see their master. Jeffrey, the master, then orders his soldiers to attack, revealing Mavis's soldiers are just illusions. Yuri attacks with a crystal bomb, but it backfires, injuring him. Warad then escapes with the injured Yuri and Pret to the forest. Mavis, desperate to help, encounters a mysterious young mage in the forest. He reveals that he is cursed, but Mavis' illusions do not harm him. She asks him to teach her magic to fight Blue Skull, and he offers to teach her the black arts, which she agrees to learn. This mysterious mage being none other than a young Zareth. Mavis then introduces him to the group, and he teaches them new magic. They plan to liberate Magnolia from Blue Skull, and Warad distracts Jeffrey while Mavis creates an illusion of a burning town. Jeffrey realizes it's a trick, but finds himself captured. Mavis informs him that Yuri and Pret are defeating his members and have found the Tenro Jade. Jeffrey warns that touching the Jade could only bring disaster. Yuri, now in possession of the Jade, refuses to believe Mavis's warning about its powers. The Jade then possesses Yuri, transforming him into a skeletal dragon. Mavis uses her magic to fight him, but cannot reach him. She decides to use the spell law, which cancels all evil. Even though it is incomplete and dangerous, Zara tries to stop her, but Mavis is determined. She successfully casts the spell, freeing Yuri and destroying the Jade, but collapses. Yuri then wakes up and learns from Warad and Pret that Mavis used an incomplete spell, halting her growth and making her unable to age forever. Yuri then finds Mavis and apologizes for his actions. Mavis forgives him, considering him her friend. Yuri then reveals that Zara is an illusion created by Mavis's mind after she died already 7 years ago, and Zara confirms this and says goodbye to Mavis for good, asking her to move on with her life. After Zara's departure, the group discusses Mavis' idea of creating a mage guild in Magnolia. They agree, and Mavis names the guild Fairy Tale, symbolizing endless adventure. They approach the Mage Council to approve the guild and start building relationships with the townspeople. Months later, they complete the guild, and Mavis becomes its first master. Jeffrey then vows to oppose them by creating the Phantom Lord Guild. As Mavis looks forward to the future, her memory of Zara watches over them, content. The Avatar Arc. Back in the present, a year after the battle with Tartaros and Fairy Tail's disbandment, Lucy works as an editor in training at Sorcerer magazine. She covers the Grand Magic Games and searches for her friends, feeling unsure about what to do if she finds them. On the last day of the games, Lucy reports on the match between Team Dullahan Head and Team Scarmiglione. Despite predictions favoring Dullahan Head, Scarmiglione wins, which disappoints Lucy. Suddenly, a cloaked figure challenges the winners and reveals himself as Natsu. He defeats the guild members and greets Lucy, giving her hope that Fairy Tail isn't gone. After causing destruction at the stadium, Natsu and Happy meet Lucy and learn about Fairy Tail's disbandment. Lucy explains that Natsu was absent for a whole year. They go to her apartment where Natsu talks about his travels. Natsu and Happy then find Lucy's collection of information on their friends. The next morning, royal soldiers surround Lucy's place because Natsu set a fiery message on the castle signaling Fairy Tail's revival. Lucy then reluctantly joins Natsu and Happy in fleeing the army. They arrive at Tully Village where Natsu recognizes the clock tower he destroyed before. Natsu wants to destroy it again, but Lucy stops him. Frustrated by the lack of challenges, Natsu duels Lucy, but instead saves the carriage from thieves. Later, they plan their stop in Margaret Town, home of Lamia Scale, where Wendy now belongs. In Margaret Town, during Lamia Scale's Thanksgiving Day, Natsu and Lucy see Wendy and Shiria perform. Natsu wants Wendy back in Fairy Tail, but is confronted by Carla, who has taken a human form. Meanwhile, Orochi's Finn plans an attack. Natsu, Lucy, and Happy meet Wendy and Carla, but Wendy refuses to leave Lamia Scale. They learn about Juranikis joining the Magic Council and Makarov's unknown whereabouts. Orochi's Finn attacks Margaret Town with monsters, and Natsu, Lucy, and their friends defend the town. Natsu and Wendy then launch an aerial attack against the invaders, while Lucy uses her new Leo Star dress to fight. Wendy and Shiria confront Orochi's Finn's monster tamer, but face Blue Note's stinger. Natsu then arrives and defeats Blue Note, surprising everyone with his increased power. Natsu's strength intimidates Orochi's Finn, and they ultimately surrender. After the battle, Wendy decides to leave Lamia Scale and join Natsu, Lucy, and Happy in searching for the other Fairy Tail members. In Amifarashi Village, Juvia is depressed because of Gray's disappearance. Natsu, Lucy, and Wendy find her and learn that Gray left after black marks appeared on his body. Natsu then vows to bring Gray back. Elsewhere, a cult called Avatar plans to eliminate all non-Zeref loyalists. Gray, now part of Avatar, aims to get the Book of End. Natsu and his team head to Sabretooth to find Rogue, who has a request related to Avatar. Natsu then takes the request and rushes to confront them, suspecting that Gray might be involved. At Avatar's base, Natsu and Lucy sneak in but are captured. Gray appears and claims he's joined Avatar willingly. However, Urza reveals that she was investigating Avatar for the Magic Council and that Gray was also infiltrating the cult. Gray regrets not telling Juvia about his plan, and Natsu's team defends Malba City from Avatar's attack. Urza and the other former Fairy Tail members then defeat the cultists, and Natsu confronts and defeats Alok, who summons the battle god Ikusa Tsunagi. Natsu then destroys the battle god, impressing everyone with his immense power. With Avatar defeated, the Magic Council arrests all the cult members, and Natsu, Lucy, and their friends reunite with the other Fairy Tail members and prepare to rebuild the guild. In an unknown area, elsewhere, Zeref reminisces about his past and plans a final battle with Acnologia. Natsu, Lucy, Wendy, Happy, and Carla then return to Magnolia to find the other OG Fairy Tail members. They gather at the old guild site where Natsu declares Fairy Tail's official revival, and Lucy sheds tears of happiness upon seeing everyone return. And that's the end of Season 8 and the first part of Season 9. Thanks for watching, don't forget to slap the like button, and remember to subscribe so you never miss another video. Until next time, peace.